So we've just arrived on Koro after the 11-hour ferry crossing from Suva. We're loaded up in the truck here, 55 boxes of clothes, household items, some food rations. The aim being today to distribute across all 13 communities here on Koro. So we're going to head down the island starting Kande side. All being well, 13 villages. We'll be back at the ferry tonight, ready to head back across. Naka. Yeah, great. Okay, great.
Put it down. Kids down. Doesn't matter if we give 2 extra kids.
Only 2 houses left, and all of those houses here when the cyclone coming, they going this house. Some of us is in the church, and the church going down. Some of us in the community hall, and the community hall going down. And 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock on that morning, the cyclone coming the strongest, and all of people in the village just going and save our lives up there.
Okay. Set, level. Naka.
Okay.
Io. Totale.
Safe trip.
Money. Money. So second stop is Navanga village. Navanga village at the time of Winston was perhaps most notable for the fact that this was sadly where the first person passed away during the storm itself. News of the death here of an elder whose house collapsed on top broke very early within the cyclone, and obviously caused a huge amount of upset both in Navanga and across the island. For us, Navanga will always be the place where we finally spoke with our leadership team here on the island. After 36 hours of trying to make contact with no phone signal, trying radio stations, media outlets, provincial offices, government workers, finally a call rang through to the village behind me, the only phone working on Koro. We managed to get word down to our leaders in Tuatua village and the volunteer team, and Semi took a 4-hour walk the next day. 4-hour walk to a phone call that was one of the biggest moments, I think, certainly for myself, for Think Pacific, for the families, for the friends. Once we knew for certain that everyone was safe and well, obviously with the community back in Tuatua. So it's great to be able to come and give a small offering today, thanks obviously to the donations from the British Army and Rotary, and we'll continue our journey around Koro, kind of next stop, Tavua village. Naka.
That should be the women's one.
Yo, money! Callum's going to launch the drone, an opportunity to get some aerial footage, some aerial shots of the communities, just have a look at the kind of how the village is starting their rebuild process from above. So third stop today is Tavua village. A chance in many ways to make new friends and new family. Think Pacific haven't yet had a team living and staying within Tavua, But you know, one of the blessings that things such as Winston bring is reaching out to new family and new friends. So it's fantastic to be here today to see these little ones, let them see a drone and some footage, but also of course deliver the donation boxes for the kids and for the family members. Benaka. So here in Nambasovi, the chiefly village for the Dawatkina here on Koro. Something that strikes me about the cyclone on any visit is just the scale of the destruction and the impact of it. Kind of behind me you can see the tree roots of what was once a huge tree on the seashore, entirely uprooted and put down by Tropical Cyclone Winston. And then as you kind of slowly go through the village, it was not just kind of trees and nature itself, but of course the community housing. And you may think, oh well, some of the weaker structures may struggle, but obviously in the background there you can see the Nambasovi church, which was once the largest and most proud of the community buildings here in Nambasovi, and in itself obviously almost entirely destroyed. So the scale of the destruction, but also of course the challenge of the rebuild, really does hit you so clearly and so starkly every time you have the opportunity to come and see the villages here on Koro and of course across Fiji. Okay, quick update. We've hit the Koro hill. It's a hill obviously climbing nice and up and high before you head down towards Vatalele, and our truck is struggling. So we're on about take 15 at the moment. We've tried pushing, we're looking at pulling, we got the camera out, he's gunning for it, fingers crossed on this one. Next plan, move all of the weight, or some of the weight, to the back of the truck, and then we reckon we might be in. As you can see, the sweat is beading. After a couple of days of rain and wind, it's now belting hot, so I'm working up a good sweat, all in the name of getting up and over the Koro hill. Good times.
Not good.
We're up, as you can see, we're up, we made it, and proof again that you can have all the best kind of technology in the world. What you really need is some graft of determination and some very kind lads bouncing on the back of the truck and shoving it up a hill. It proves once again the Fiji way is often the very best way. Thank you very much, fellas.
Thank you, bro.
Really appreciate, mate. Cheers, guys. Good luck, big fella. Let's go. Right. Thanks, mate.
Hola.
All of the village, around the village, it's almost like a sea. There's, you can see the water it was everywhere. It swept away all our belongings, and all the goods that make us survive was swept away. We are fortunate enough that the coconut were falling from the fall from during the cyclone. That was that make us we drink and we eat the flesh. We want to say thank you very much for the donation.
So just leaving Nambuna village. Nambuna village, just next door to Vatulele, where our 6-month team spent a huge amount of time. We came to know Nambuna through the community rugby and community netball fixtures, which were as competitive as they always are in the communities. It's nice to come back, see the guys today. They were also the guys very kindly helping us get our truck up and over the hill. And of course they were able to give us a brief discussion there, an interview there on kind of the impact of Winston and their relief and rebuild efforts here in the village. Naka. So I'm standing at Vunivasa School, and in particular I'm standing within what was the Vunivasa kindergarten classroom. Behind and in the kind of foreground you can see again examples of the destruction. Winston did not just tear down and rip apart communities, but also the schools across the island of Koro. So in terms of future aid, future donations, every single penny that's being donated by so many so far away, please do know that it's spent in the most worthwhile cause, and that cause is the next generation in Fiji and providing them the best possible opportunities for their future. Binaka.
We're learning to survive in a hard way, and I would like to take this time to thank Pacific. They came to our rescue. You brought clothes and all the things that we need. The first wind that came, it was like from 10 o'clock. It blew the roof of my kitchen off. To me, it was a new house. I saw there's a bit of sunshine that came. Maybe it was the eye of a cyclone. To me, that is the first time I've experienced that. And then I was just like on that building, standing there. And I saw my clothes like all coming up in the wind. And those clothes was all in my drawer. And all of a sudden I saw all my walls like flowing away. And I was like crying like hell. I was really crying and I knew all the things that I've owned, all my possessions, all my belongings are gone. I have nothing left. It was just me, and I said, okay, even if I have nothing here, I knew the gift that I have, which is the life that I have, is still here with me.
We were looking outside and we were worried what will happen in Koro. The wind was so strong. We came up here, the people were so worried about their houses, their things, their families. We never know that this will happen, no house and all. But Fiji is stronger than Winston. That's all. Thank you.
Just leaving from Vatulele village. Vatulele was home to our 6-month team last year for 11 weeks. So obviously a massive part of the Think Pacific family, both on Koro and in Fiji as a whole. So it's been fantastic to come back and obviously give the donation boxes to the village. There's also 2 returning volunteers in amongst the village at the moment, Louise and Graham helping out in the school, and I think seeing volunteers returning to their Fijian homes and their Fijian families is a testament to the relationships that stand, and never has that been more true and more important than post-tropical cyclone Winston.
mean, you're filming, but...
Okay, so it's 1:15. We're pretty much halfway around Koro now, just heading back down the other side of Koro Hill towards Tuatua, the village where our team were obviously when Cyclone Winston hit. So obviously looking forward to getting in there, donating out the food rations and obviously the donation boxes from the British Army as well. I'll take him into Kindy.
Kindy.
Yeah,
Big man.
Yeah, you got it? A little mad.
Back out.
Back. Chat to someone about something. So we're back here, Tuatua village, where our volunteer team were when obviously Tropical Cyclone Winston hit. So the team themselves in the hills and the houses around was where they took shelter with the village members, and it's been, you know, a real joy and a blessing to come back and offer gestures of support to the community and to the villagers during the kind of relief and rebuild process. Gestures made possible through the donations of the team, their families, but of course the wider Think Pacific family. And each time we come back, it's a chance to offer a small gesture back to the community for their love, kindness and affection for our volunteers, both on the day itself and the days immediately afterwards, when the community's first thought, when so much destruction and devastation around them, was to look after our team and make sure that our team were cared for and our team were fed. And it was the most humbling story to hear from the volunteers that the day after the cyclone was one of, in many ways, the closest they ever felt on project to the community. So as we said, to have trucks, to have donations, to have gifts, to have people funding towards the Think Pacific Foundation so that we can come back and support Tuatua and support Koro means the absolute world. So it's fair to say that the weather has taken a turn for the worst during our Koro donations trip. Leaving Nassau, we've been met with some pretty good cloud and rain. So as we unload the next few, there might be some wet slips and slides as we go. But a bit of rain doesn't make any difference, and obviously everyone enjoys the 4 seasons within a day. Look at Charlie in his raincoat.
Women's 2 kids.
So we just did a quick drop in the rain at Namatavai and made our way down to Sinavada village. The old or original village you can see in the background behind me down the bottom, but the community have already started relocating themselves onto the hillside just out the back of the truck here. Obviously the sense of moving up, moving away from the coast. On my left as well, if we were to pan round, although weather won't quite allow us, I can't imagine, is Gallivakenbau School, which has been the scene of many sporting a moment and youth and sports events for Think Pacific with the inter-school island competitions. So it's good to be back at Gallivakenbau. We were here a couple of weeks ago, and of course to come and see Sinuvala villagers and drop off the donation boxes. Okay, we made it as far as Nakondu, with Nakondu School and Nakondu Village just behind me. This was the home of our September 2015 team, who spent 10 very fun-filled weeks living within the village. And obviously, it's taken a hit, like so many of the others today. But just walking through the village then to find Tarani down at the creek. The community were still in, washing, splashing, which I know the team will remember well. And the school itself is reviving as well. It's great to see the kind of posters up, the banners up. They've done a great drugs awareness week that was part of a national programme, and some sort of routine is coming back. So the boxes are there, the Tarani's going to take them into the village, and we're going to head to our final village of Mundu before heading back to the ferry. So we're here, Mundu village, our final stop today. We've just unloaded the final boxes before we make our way around the coast and back to the ferry. Just wanted to say a massive Vinakavaka levu to all those donating, to the British Army who sent over the containers, and to Rotary Fiji for making it possible for us to distribute these items across the villages. It's always kind of lovely for us and important for us to come back and see our friends and family on Koro. We look forward to coming back again. But as I said, to all those donating and supporting, a huge Vinakavaka levu, and of course to Abby, Charlie and Mr. Drummond behind the camera, who've made today both worthwhile and fun. A huge thanks. Vinaka guys.